What if the greatest threat to your future isn't artificial intelligence? What if the real danger is becoming someone who has nothing left that people need? Because in the next few years, something historic is going to happen. Millions of people will suddenly have access to tools that can write faster than them, design faster than them, code faster than them, analyze information faster than them, and create things that once required entire teams. For the first time in human history, intelligence itself is becoming cheap, and when something becomes cheap, it stops being valuable. Think about calculators. Before calculators existed, being good at arithmetic was a valuable skill. Today, almost everyone carries a device that can calculate billions of operations instantly. The skill didn't disappear because math became useless. It disappeared because basic calculation stopped being a competitive advantage. AI is doing the same thing to knowledge work. The question is no longer, can you create? Everyone will be able to create. The question becomes, why should anyone care about what you create? And that question changes everything, because the future won't belong to the people who simply know how to use AI. It will belong to the people who understand what AI cannot replace. For decades, businesses competed through information. Whoever knew more had an advantage. Whoever had better data, better strategies, and better systems could win. But AI is changing the game. Information is becoming abundant. Ideas are becoming abundant. Content is becoming abundant. So where does value move when everything becomes available? It moves toward things that are difficult to copy. Trust, reputation, experience, relationships, real-world results, the things that cannot be downloaded. Imagine two people giving you advice about building a company. The first person has read thousands of books, watched hundreds of podcasts, and used AI to create a perfect-looking business strategy. The second person has spent 15 years building companies, losing money, making mistakes, hiring people, firing people, surviving failures, and learning from reality. Both may say intelligent things, but who would you trust? The second person. Why? Because information can be generated. Experience has to be earned. Reality leaves evidence. And evidence creates trust. This is going to become one of the biggest advantages in an AI world. Everyone will be able to sound intelligent. Very few people will be able to prove they are. That difference will separate the winners from everyone else. Look around the internet today. There are millions of people sharing advice, millions of people creating content, millions of people claiming to be experts. But the problem is simple. The internet is full of opinions. The world is desperate for proof. People don't just want someone who knows the answer. They want someone who has lived the answer. Someone who has failed. Someone who has struggled. Someone who has something at stake. Because stakes create credibility. A person risking their own reputation is different from a machine generating words. And that leads to a powerful idea. In a world of unlimited artificial intelligence, being undeniably human becomes a competitive advantage. The hardest things become the most valuable things. Think about diamonds. Diamonds are valuable because they are rare. If diamonds suddenly became as common as sand, their price would collapse. The same thing happens with skills. When everyone can create average work instantly, average work becomes worthless. The value moves toward exceptional work, the kind that requires sacrifice, the kind that requires years, the kind most people are unwilling to do. This is why difficulty is actually an opportunity. Every difficult path has fewer competitors. Every painful skill has fewer people willing to master it. Every long-term commitment removes people who quit too early. Difficulty is not always an obstacle. Sometimes difficulty is the barrier protecting the reward. But there is another mistake people make. They think success comes from working harder. Hard work matters, but hard work pointed in the wrong direction can take you nowhere. The real question is, are you creating something people actually value? Because value is not measured by how much effort you put in. Value is measured by how much transformation you create. A person does not pay a lawyer because the lawyer spent 10 years studying. They pay because the lawyer can protect them from a major problem. A person does not buy a fitness program because the creator spent months designing it. They buy because they believe it can change their body. People don't buy effort. They buy outcomes. The best businesses understand this. They remove obstacles between people and results. They reduce waiting. They reduce confusion. They reduce complexity. They make success easier. Think about why certain companies became enormous. Food delivery companies didn't invent food. They removed the difficulty of getting food. Streaming companies didn't create movies. They removed the difficulty of finding and watching them. Search engines didn't create information. They removed the difficulty of accessing it. The biggest companies often win because they remove friction. And this principle applies everywhere, not only in products, but in people, in leadership, in personal growth. Most people try to change behavior by using motivation. They tell themselves, I need more discipline. I need more willpower. I need to try harder. But human behavior rarely works that way. Environment beats motivation. Systems beat intentions. The things around you quietly shape who you become. If your phone is beside your bed, checking it becomes easy. If your workout clothes are ready every morning, exercising becomes easier. If learning is part of your daily routine, improvement becomes automatic. Successful people understand this. They don't depend on feeling motivated every day. They design their environment so the right actions become easier. The same principle applies to businesses. Great leaders don't just tell employees to perform better. They create systems where better performance becomes the natural choice. They understand incentives, because people respond to what is rewarded. If a company rewards short-term sales, employees will chase short-term sales. If a company company rewards customer satisfaction, employees will focus on customers. The environment creates the behavior. And this idea is much bigger than business. It applies to your entire life. Your habits are not random. They are the result of the system surrounding you. Change the system, and you change the outcome. But even with the perfect system, there is something every ambitious person must eventually face. Pain, failure, loss. There will be moments where nothing seems to work. Moments where you question whether the goal is even worth chasing. These moments separate people. Not because some people experience less pain. Everyone experiences pain. The difference is how they respond to it. Some people allow difficulty to become their identity. Others allow difficulty to become their training. A storm can destroy a weak tree, but the same storm forces a strong tree to grow deeper roots. Challenges do the same thing to people. They reveal what exists underneath. Resilience is not pretending everything is easy. Resilience is continuing even when it isn't. It is adapting when plans fail. It is rebuilding when something breaks. It is accepting reality without giving up your ability to shape the future. The strongest people are not those who never fall. They are the ones who learn how to stand up faster. And eventually, many people discover something unexpected. The biggest achievements in life are not only about what you build. They are about who you become while building it. Money matters. Success matters. Freedom matters. But there comes a point where you realize something deeper. A meaningful life is not created by controlling every result. It is created by controlling the inputs. Think about planting a tree. You cannot force the tree to grow faster. You cannot pull on its branches and demand fruit tomorrow. All you can do is provide the right conditions. Good soil, water, sunlight, patience. Then nature does the rest. Life works the same way. You cannot control every outcome. You cannot predict every opportunity. You cannot prevent every failure, but you can control your preparation, your effort, your character, your choices. And over time, those inputs create outcomes you once thought were impossible. AI will change the world. It will create opportunities we cannot fully imagine. It will eliminate old advantages and create new ones. But one thing will remain true. People will always trust people. They will always value authenticity. They will always follow those who create real results. So the goal is not to compete with machines. The goal is to become the kind of person machines cannot replace. Someone with judgment, someone with courage, someone with experience, someone who creates things that matter. Because the future does not belong to the person who uses the most advanced technology. It belongs to the person who combines technology with something far more powerful. A human being who understands reality, creates value, and refuses to stop growing. But maybe the biggest mistake people can make right now is believing that AI is the end of the human advantage. It isn't. It is actually a test of whether we understand what makes humans valuable in the first place. For years, many people competed by collecting information. They memorized more, studied more, and tried to become walking databases. But the world is entering a period where information alone is no longer enough. A machine can remember more than you. A machine can calculate faster than you. A machine can analyze patterns beyond what most humans can imagine. So the question becomes, if intelligence is no longer rare, what should you build? The answer is everything that intelligence alone cannot create. Build judgment. Build courage. Build communication. Build relationships. Build the ability to understand people. Build the ability to take action when there is uncertainty. Because the future will not reward the person who knows everything. It will reward the person who can do something meaningful with what they know. Look at every person who has created something important throughout history. They were not successful because they had access to perfect information. They were successful because they acted before certainty existed. Entrepreneurs started companies when nobody believed in them. Scientists searched for answers when nobody knew if answers existed. Creators shared ideas before anyone cared. They moved first. They learned through reality. And that ability to interact with the real world will become more valuable than ever. Because AI can generate thousands of possibilities. But humans still have to choose which possibility matters. AI can create options. Humans create direction. AI can provide answers. Humans decide which questions are worth asking. That difference is where opportunity will exist. The people who lose in the AI era will not simply be the people who don't know how to use technology. They will be the people who stop thinking for themselves. The people who outsource every decision. The people who allow convenience to destroy their curiosity. Because a powerful tool can either make you stronger or make you weaker. A calculator can help someone understand mathematics. But if someone uses it without understanding numbers, their ability slowly disappears. AI will work the same way. Used correctly, it becomes an amplifier. It allows one person to accomplish what once required an entire team. A single creator can produce higher quality work. A small business can compete with companies 10 times its size. A person from anywhere in the world can access knowledge and opportunities that were once limited to a few. This is an incredible moment. But opportunities do not automatically create success. They only create possibilities. The people who win are the ones who prepare themselves to take advantage of those possibilities. And preparation starts with becoming valuable before you need to be valuable. Learn skills before opportunities appear. Build relationships before you need help. Create a reputation before you need trust. Practice discipline before life demands it. Because success is usually not created in the moment everyone sees. It is created quietly, during the years when nobody is watching. The future will be filled with people using the same AI tools, the same models, the same software, the same technology, yet But some people will build extraordinary things while others will struggle. The difference will not be the tool. The difference will be the person using it. A hammer does not create a masterpiece. The craftsman does. A camera does not create a great film. The storyteller does. AI does not create greatness. People do. The technology may change the speed of creation, but it does not change the principles behind achievement. Create value. Solve real problems. Earn trust. Keep learning. Stay adaptable. And most importantly, stay human. Because in a world where artificial intelligence can imitate almost everything, the rarest thing may become something surprisingly simple. A person who thinks deeply. A person who cares. A person who takes responsibility. A person who builds something real. The future is not a battle between humans and machines. It is a partnership. The people who understand this will not fear the future. They will shape it. And years from now, when we look back at this moment, we may realize that AI was never the thing that replaced human potential. It was the thing that revealed it. Because when machines can do more of the work, humans finally have the opportunity to focus on the things that made us unique all along. Our imagination, our courage, our choices, and our ability to create meaning in a world that is constantly changing.